The tomfoolery continues. This is the have and the have-nots. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Have and Have Nots. As I said, the tomfoolery continues. You know, I was pissed last week with Tyler. I was about done with this whole it's not Jeffrey. And then they had the nerve to show us this picture of this guy laying there. And I said, not only is it not Jeffrey, he don't even look dead. He's sitting there with eyes wide. I said, you don't get his ass out of here. That was just, don't do that again, Tyler. Don't play with us like that again. You'll make me jump a plane to Atlanta and have to sit down in front of you and really cuss you out in person, because that's just ridiculous. I mean, you really took us someplace that we didn't need to go with you. That just was too much. So Madison's standing there telling David, I don't know what happened. Then the girl comes down. It was the next door. It was next door. Now the coincidences are way too. Black guy, white guy, 2 gunshot wound. Next door. Stop playing. Stop playing. I didn't like that. That just was too much. But anyway. So David gets pissed off and he tells Madison he's fired. You're fired. Whatever. You did him a favor, because the worst thing that he ever did was met you and your son. So you ain't said nothing for real, David. Now go on about your business. Veronica's at the door, and it's Jeffrey that answers the door. And he tells her, yeah, he put a gun to my head. She's telling him, we're leaving. You're leaving here now. And Justice says, shut up, bitch, to Veronica. I was like, you doing a whole lot. She said, oh, girl, shut up and go back in your house, girl. I said, you know what? So Jeffrey ended up going ahead and leaving, but he's still talking stupid. Like, Jeffrey is really getting to a point with me where, like, I don't even want to see him. Like, he's really draining my substance. He really is. They down in the parking area arguing. Some random white woman comes up and she's like, ma'am, is this your car? She said, shut up, bitch, talking to me. I'm talking to my son. I said, and they keep going. Did she call that woman a white whore? I said, Veronica, you are just doing too much. She said, Mom, you got to move your car. And the woman's like, yeah, you need to move your car. She said, white whore. I said, I'm Veronica now. You doing too much, girl. She said, I'm going to go and get security. She said, well, go get him. I said, they're talking about son. And they're going back and forth, back and forth. She come back with Justin. And Veronica said, oh, really? Girl, this is security? Miss Thing, please. What you going to do, girl? She said, as a police officer, she said, you're not a police officer. You used to be a police officer. What you going to do, girl? What you going to do? I ain't moving nothing, girl. What you going to do? Child Justice called her a bitch and slapped her face. I mean, listen. He gave it to her almost how David gave it to her. And said, who's the bitch now? I said, oh, child. And then Jeffrey will say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? And he just smacked your mother in a circle. He reared back and gave her, throw that ass in a circle, throw that ass in a circle. I said, yeah, he took too long trying to fight. But then it ended up being this whole tussle between, they were jumping him, child. They was jumping him, and they wasn't doing too good. Jeffrey wasn't fighting. Jeffrey was just going back and forth because he slammed Jeffrey all around too. He was fucking them up, both of them. And then I was like, I didn't like it because one, Veronica's originally from the hood. Did you think we forgot that, Tyler? Veronica would not be fighting if he smacked Veronica like that after he just got done putting a gun to Jeffrey's head. Do you think that we really believe she would be hitting him with her purse like some defenseless white woman? Or would she be rolling the way Candace rolls? So you should have rethought that. That didn't come off good, but whatever. They was going at it, and the actual Caucasian woman was screaming and hollering and acting a fool. And then David pulls up, and this is when it got even more stupid. When David's like, "What's going on? Excuse me. When you roll in and you see enemy number one in a tussle with your son and your wife, ain't no questions being asked." So I was like, I wasn't feeling this. This got too theatrical. This would have been a whole street situation. A whole street situation. And then David never did hit him. I didn't get it. And then he sat and told David, "You should be happy I smacked that bitch." And David didn't hit him. Now I know David ain't liking her, but just out of GP, he should have hit him. I wasn't feeling it. But anyway, then Veronica said, "You taking up for that queen? You taking up for both of those queens? He hit me. I told you he hit me, but you don't care. You don't care what happens to me, right? Just like before." I said, "Oh Lord, David, you ready to lose your grasp on Veronica? You got to get this together. This is not working. This is not working at all." But she went and told me. She said, "That's okay. You're going to regret it because you hit the wrong bitch. You slapped the wrong bitch, but you're gonna pay." I was like, "Please do, Veronica. Now I'm over it now. Please make him pay, because I've had enough of Justin. Justin is just a bit too much." Child, the Caucasian woman ran off and said, "I'm going to go call the real police." I said, "We're 20 minutes late, bitch." Anyway, so that was that. So then we go see RK. RK rolls up to the Crier Mansion. Junkie Joe's on the balcony. Tell me, "What took you so long?" It's a whole day later. Why'd you hide it? Chunky ass. Just ridiculous. And RK said, "I'm going up here and knock on this door." And he's like, "No, no, no." He come running down the damn hall and down the steps. He done knocked on the door. Jim is headed to the door. RK done walked on in. None of this made sense. You walked in and Jim was like, "Did you just walk in my house?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what I do." He in there. None of this whole scene didn't make sense. It was just stupid. Why talk about, "Don't throw him out. I want to hang out with him. I'm all stuck in this house. I want to hang out with him." He gonna say, "Hang out with him how?" I said, You know how Wyatt hangs out, honey. A little this, a little that, a little blurpage, a little. You know how Wyatt get down. Wyatt get more ding dong than everybody in this story, honey. You know how Wyatt did. Jim was like, "Get out of my house. Give me my wife's keys and get out of here." And so, RK still talking stuff to Jim going out the door. None of that made sense to me at all. Then he ends up, old Junkie Joe runs back upstairs, tells him, "I got something." And he takes Catherine's $6,000 watch and throws it down near to RK. RK throws in this little bag of drugs. He's like, "This is it?" He's like, "Yeah, you fucking junkie. I'll get you. Hit me at the Artesian. I'll be at work." None of it made any sense. I was like, this is lazy and shiftless, but whatever. Goes about his business. We see Charles and Candace. He takes her to his house, nice house, showing her around. They talk about, I ain't sitting there wasting time on that. Talk about the wife, the dead wife, and that she made the paintings and all of this. And Child Candace, you get ready to get 86, the girl. They get ready to get rid of you. But whatever. I was like, okay, moving on. Scott is down in the at the Artesian, and he sets RK up. He pulls RK, tells him, I'm a freak. I want you, Rock, and a girl. All right, I'll set it up in an hour. He goes and tells Rock, listen, he offered me $10,000. We're going to rob him. That's just how it's going to be. Now, Rock's better judgment than already told him don't do it because this ain't right. But RK is so stupid. He's, we're going to get him. All right. They go tell Broderick. Well, he goes over there. Rock goes and tell Broderick. Broderick's shook. And he looking all suspect. What's wrong? Okay, I get it. You upset about Miss Cryer. No. None of this all just looks very fake, but whatever. So in the meantime, between time, you see Scott go back to talk to the Attorney General. He tell him all of what he got, and also tells him about Jim Cryer. And he tells him set up a meeting with him. He my kind of guy. He said that could backfire. He goes, he my kind of guy. He's got this whole plan about setting up Candace. So that's all in play now. I said, okay. Back over at David's house, you see Jeffrey and Madison. Madison's sitting outside. Jeffrey gets there first. David ain't got there yet. So they have their little back and forth. And Madison tells them, we could have been good together. You know, this, that, thing, and the other. Jeffrey's still giving them very much a chuck. Get your stuff and go on about your business. This, that, and the other, not listening. Tell him, I trained in this field. He said, yeah, but the teacher never knows what the students see or whatever. Some mess like that. And I don't know. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention because Jeffrey gets on my nerves. So that was that. I'm like, Madison, be happy that you get to walk away living because all of these people are just stupid and you're going to be the one to die. You keep hanging around. So let them go. Veronica goes down to the police station and reports that she's been assaulted. She gets all the stuff together. She gets an affidavit together, has them go and tells them go and pick him up. So they're on their way to pick Justin up to bring him back to the jail. She then gets on the phone, makes a phone call and tells them, because I kept saying, what's she doing? This is the only thing that made sense because this is the way that Veronica works. She got on that phone. She said, you get 5 of your friends, get yourself arrested right now, immediately. Get arrested so you can get down here. 5 of your friends that like to rape and maim. And I'll give you $5,000. And he's like, well, she said, no, 5,000 between the 5 of you. Or, well, there's actually 6 of them. I said, so she gonna have Justin raped in jail. Now, I'm here for this, because he deserves it. He literally deserves it. So, that's interesting. That's gonna be good, because, you know, you like raping other people. So I'm here for that. Last thing, Benny and Hannah go down to the bank. They decide Benny steals like $8 million. I said, he back on that again. Shut up. They go to do it. He signs the papers, and she says, I want you to transfer all the money out except for, and this was stupid, transfer all the money out except for $20,000, the $20,000 interest. Leave that in there. But the rest of it, you know, transfer it out. And lady said, how much money do you think is in this account, ma'am? And she says, there's over $8 million in there. She says, no, honey, your account is at a negative $4,000. So they sitting there, and the first thing Hannah going to say, your sister. I said, sister ain't got shit to do with it. And then I don't even know, like, where'd the money go? Like, how did that even happen? As I don't remember anything of where that money went to. I know somebody was supposed to be working on something for Jim, but that didn't seem like that was ever supposed to go through. I don't know, but whatever. The money's gone. The money's gone. And from the sound that Jim don't got it either. So it don't know if it makes sense. It's really stupid, and it's starting to really irritate me, this whole thing. It's starting to irritate me because Tyler just throwing stones in the dark at this point. Anyway, I'm still watching. Don't worry, you all. I ain't went nowhere. I know I'm late. I was late getting this out today, and folks was giving. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you? No, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. I'm here for now. All right, you guys. So I'll catch you next week with this. I will be back. But tomorrow, which is Thursday, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I am going to be co-hosting with Jessica Baptiste. She is an author, and she actually has a podcast on uh, blogtalkradio.com. And it's actually called Segments from Saffron Online Radio. So I will be there. The address is actually www.blogtalkradio.com / and it's SOK Enterprises. You got that? www.blogtalkradio.com / SOK Enterprises. You all, please log in and see what we got going on. I'm going to be on there talking some stuff, doing what I do best. All right, you guys, I will see you next week for more Have and Have Nots. Later.